This is the outside of the Elddis Majestic 105. As I move along, I will firstly come to the battery locker. So the leisure battery just sits here, and then alongside that is the mains hookup point. Directly beneath this you will find the flue for the space heater. You do not need to do anything with this, but just make sure that nothing is obstructing it. And then we have the flue for the boiler just here, and again just make sure that nothing is obstructing it. Fresh water tank fill just here, so just pop a hose pipe in to fill up the fresh water tank. As you can see, this can be locked. To drain the fresh water tank down is just done on the blue tap just here. And then we have the external shower point just here. Both vents for the Dometic fridge. As this is a fully winterized motorhome, it is supplied with winter covers for those vents. So you'll see you have a smaller and a larger one, with the smaller one going at the top. Always start at the top, hook it in like so, and then it's just a matter of, with either a flat-headed screwdriver or the ignition key, just turning these 2 points to lock the cover into position, and do exactly the same again with the lower vent. You'll then see that the fridge will only then vent from the lower points, which is very handy in very low temperatures, as this will allow some heat to be held in, making the fridge run efficiently. Do make sure that these are removed in the warmer months of the year, or otherwise the fridge will just overheat and not work. Cassette toilet just here. To remove the cassette, just lift up on the lever and pull towards you. Before use, remove the cap and add your toilet chemical with a small amount of water. This is also where it empties from. Just remember that when you are pouring it away, to hold the button in to release the vacuum inside. It's also advisable to keep this seal lubricated. Thetford do their own seal lubricant, but any silicone based lubricant is fine, and by turning this part here allows it access inside the cassette for additional cleaning. All of these cassettes now are on wheels with extendable handles. Spare wheel is just located here. And now as we come round to the rear, we have the tow bar. And then we have the grey water drain just here, so anything that goes down the plug holes goes into the holding tank and then is drained off on this tap. Gas locker just here. And there is room in here for 2 gas bottles. The regulator just sits here, and then the hose comes off the regulator and screws into the propane bottle and is tightened with a gas spanner. Bottle on and off on the top. Do make sure that the bottle is isolated for travel. Beside this locker is the barbecue point. To use this you will need a barbecue adapter. They're about this big. attach the hose of the barbecue to one end and secure it with a Jubilee clip, and then the other end plugs in where my finger is here and will lock into place and then allow you to turn the gas on. To remove it, push the collar up and it will then release. At the top we have the Dometic rollout canopy. To roll this out, take the winding handle and pop it into the base at this point here, and then begin to wind the canopy out. As you can now see, I've wound the canopy out a short distance. I always do this first and then drop the legs, so you're not putting too much stress on the side of the motorhome or the canopy itself. The legs are sprung loaded, so if you go to the end and push it in, you can see that you can then take the leg out, drop it down, and then it's just a matter of sliding it along the rail until it reaches the end, and then just making sure that it's clipped in to position. Then if I just lift up here and then undo this lever, the leg will then drop. Get the canopy at the height that you require and then just lock the leg into place, and then do exactly the same again. Again, slide it along till it reaches the end, and again just make sure that it's locked into place. Lift up, fold out, drop down, height that you require, and then lock into place. Now that the canopy is supported, you can continue to wind it out, walking the legs out as you go. As you can now see, the canopy has been fully wound out. Never use the canopy in high winds, as it does run the risk of being flipped over the roof of the motorhome. When it comes to putting the canopy away, wind it back to about the point again where we drop the legs, walking the legs back in, and then fold the legs back up. So if I now lift up and then flap up like so, this will now allow this to move up and down. Push this section so it unclips, slide back across, then lift back up, and then it's just a matter of sliding it back into position. And if we now do the same again, push down to unclip it and then slide the leg across. And then again, just lift and just make sure you're all clipped in, and then continue to wind the canopy in. Once the canopy is away, it will just not wind any further. You will find that sometimes the winding handle will get stuck, so just push it up into the wind point, then slowly twist round, and it will then drop back out again. Diesel fill just here, and the cap unlocks on the ignition key. Beneath that you'll find the AdBlue top up, and it will let you know on the dashboard when your AdBlue needs to be refilled. Tyre pressures on the door pillar just here. Both driver and passenger seats are heated. Jack and wheel brace all underneath the passenger seat in its own box. Vehicle battery sits underneath the floor of the cab, and bonnet release is just here. The motorhome is alarmed, and the alarm is all through the main fob itself. So if I now lock the motorhome, you'll get a single chirp and one flash of the indicators to let you know that the doors are locked, and secondly, the alarm is armed. If I now unlock it, 2 chirps followed by 2 flashes to let you know that it's unlocked and disarmed. What you can also do is put the alarm in what is known as pet friendly mode, so the alarm is armed on the outside but disarmed on the inside. All you need to do is just press the lock button twice, so once and twice, and you'll get a high-pitched chirp just indicating that you have put it into pet friendly mode. If I now unlock it again, and this time I just leave this passenger door slightly on ajar, and I now go to lock it, you will get a series of loud beeps and flashes to let you know that either the passenger door is not shut correctly, the driver's door is not shut correctly, or the habitation door has not been closed correctly, or the bonnet is not fully shut.